Still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities.
Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Baker going to throw this right away. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense for the Vikings, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mark Andrews with career touchdown number 60.
And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Joey Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
On the ground, it's a rookie from Texas Tech.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal They're trying to get us ahead and trying to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
The Vikings at 2-1 now to start the campaign. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A nice performance last week, recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has, but I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. They'll keep it on the ground. Meyer. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's third and a few inches.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Takes it to about the 37.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Mayfield down. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now a 2nd and 2.
A short throw caught by Andrews. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. For those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on it.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there.
And it's 3rd down and 2.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Hey, 130, 180.
And again, it's Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Malik Neighbors, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take us down to the 33. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Okay, ready? Set. Hawk 70.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4.
Shut up. 70 Lions. Ready.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To the air with McCarthy. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Hall want to give up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Mayfield. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing, Mayfield. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. Now Mayfield lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Now Mayfield. He gets it underneath to Hall. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. To throw, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's McCarthy. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Up the middle they go. It's Meyer. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 17. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Alert! Alert! Let's go! 18 Cardinal! 18 Cardinal! Alert! Go!
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fighting his way through contact. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, I knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. This is caught inside the 15. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Sly able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. pushing his way through. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now a handoff up the middle. Meyer. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now McCarthy. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Meyer. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll keep it on the ground. Meyer. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 3rd and 4.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. Ball again on second down. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 26. 31 yards there and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's Hall again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Mayfield from the gun on third down. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw here. He'll buy some time right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
14. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
First down. It's Meyer. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Ready. Cap.
Now again, right side. Meyer. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. This is caught by Addison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, 36 yards. And the Vikings are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Mayfield looks to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll try the left side. It's Meyer. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2nd and 11. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Mayfield down. The short throw caught by Andrews. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Meyer. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Let's go. Mustang 19, 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw. McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A beautiful fake. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
22 yards. First down, New York.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Mayfield. Caught by Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the short, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Mayfield to throw it. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22.
It's now 4th down.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And now the rookie's free. How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. They'll keep it on the ground. Meyer. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Go!
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Meyer. There he goes again. Inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Vikings tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
This pass out wide to Hall. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. From the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.